The redistricting battle in California could trigger another election, leaving some congressional seats wide open. So I want to take you out to District 1 right now. This is the current map of what District 1 looks like. Under the proposed changes, this is what the possible new map could look like. Currently, incumbent Congressman Doug LaMalfa could face new challengers if the maps pass. So you'll hear from him and also the candidates who say they're ready to step in. More than 760,000 people live in California's current 1st Congressional District. It stretches across small towns like Richvale, Willows, Durham, and Chico, a region that plays a critical role in California's agricultural economy. In fact, this part of the Sacramento Valley is the state's top producer of rice. The vast majority of the people here are farming families. They've harvested this land for decades, such as Congressman Doug LaMalfa's family. They have been here for generations, and he's represented District 1 since 2013. So this is all rice.
Rice is a plant that grows in standing water. Well, this as it ripens, it'll become more and more gold. You can see it's partly gold, right? Well, in 1931, my great-grandparents bought the first piece of property, and so we've been building on it since.
Congressman Doug LaMalfa has represented District 1 for more than a decade. Some voters back his record.
Doug's great. Doug's great. He's done a good job. He's been a longtime friend.
While others want to see change.
I think we need to fight fire with fire. We need to fight back.
Do you think people are ready for a change in your district, though?
Oh, 30% of them are.
Anything you want to say to that 30%?
I'm trying.
Or to the people of your district? Yeah.
I'm trying to represent in a way that is beneficial to all people. You can't just have the thought that others are going to provide for you in perpetuity. You got to be part of it. And so for those people that want to be productive and be part of it where they can, but if you think it all just comes from demanding things, well, I don't do good with demands.
LaMalfa has been vocal about opposing Proposition 50, calling it a terrible idea.
I don't care which state you're talking about. Here in California, it's got even an extra layer of heinousness on it because the voters 3 times affirmed on ballots, on initiatives, that they want it to be separate from politicians drawing the lines. So does it mean anything to anybody? It's really about political gain, in this case for one particular party, and it's really ugly.
Well, it's interesting that you say political gain. What do you say to the people that are saying, hey, this is in response to Trump wanting Texas to redraw their maps to gain seats?
Well, that's a good sales pitch by the Democrats on that, but it's a separate issue. And do you really want your own process to be trampled in California because of what someone else might be doing?
LaMalfa says that if Proposition 50 passes this November, he will run for his district again. Now, some voters who will be added to this district may not feel connected politically or even geographically. How will you bridge that gap and show them that their concerns are a priority for you?
What me and my team have always laid out has been trying to bring the economy in line with what affects normal people at their kitchen table. Normal people, if you can just sit them down and say, hey, do you like being taxed this much? Do you like your cost of everything being this much? Do you like seeing your neighbor's property being taken away because they can't afford to have it anymore because of regulations coming out of Sacramento and Washington, D.C.? So you talk about those issues and you put the party stuff beside because that gets so polarized.
In LaMalfa's district, Glenn County Medical Center, the county's only hospital, is shutting down after losing federal funding. For residents, that means a 30 to 40-minute drive to the nearest ER. What efforts have you made, specifically talking about Glenn Medical Center, to keep that hospital open?
We're dropping a piece of legislation very soon to change that status for them and put them back into eligibility. Now, we've been trying to urge them don't just close so quick because we're trying to do this. It takes a while to grind this stuff out in Congress and grind out the agencies. And the bad thing is once they close the doors completely for 1 minute, then all that eligibility is gone. The mountain is just 10 times harder to climb on that.
I do want to talk about Medicaid for a second. I know that there's over 300,000 people in your district alone who are on Medi-Cal. Are you concerned with the Medicaid cuts under the big beautiful bill?
And the dollars come from the federal government to be administered by the state. They're not being responsible there, so we're just supposed to keep, dumping endless amounts to the state. There's responsibility on both ends of this, and so more focus needs to be made not just on us federally, but how is the state carrying out what it is doing with the program. The field of challengers in Congressman LaMalfa's district is growing. Audrey Denney, a Chico State professor and consultant in the charitable food sector, has run against LaMalfa and lost in 2018 and 2022.
People in our part of the world are primarily working class people that are struggling economically. Some of the biggest things that I would push for would be tax cuts to the middle class, boosting our support of our rural hospitals and rural medical care, as well as working with everyone to try to find solutions to lower healthcare costs. And lastly, forest health and fire prevention is so critical.
Rose Penelope Yee, a retirement firm CEO, has also challenged LaMalfa several times before, including in 2022 and 2024.
One of the big reasons why I ran for Congress against LaMalfa the first time is really to push for universal single-payer healthcare. And that is one of the things that I will champion in Congress. LaMalfa doesn't support the raising the minimum wage even to $15 an hour. And that's something definitely that I will be working at. And he doesn't support also tuition-free public colleges and universities. That is also something that I support. So we need to address those economic issues that would help benefit our residents, not just here in Shasta County, not just here in District 1, but really in all of California and in all of the United States, because Congress is a federal office.